So let's get to Pedro, man. Pedro, honestly, I watch every single one of your videos. Pretty
Oh
much.
wow.
No,
Thank
really,
you,
I
man.
do. I do, yeah. Because I think you're street level, just like, I try to drive and do my articles and do whatever I'm doing. Because until you do it, you can talk all the bullshit on the planet. It's not going to
Yep.
fly. Not in my face, anyway. I'm a
Yep.
6-year veteran. I know you're, less than that.
Yeah.
And today's video, especially, was like really, really, really well done. Just for the fact that you said, all the apps are the same. They're looking out for themselves. We have to look out for ourselves and stop bitching and moaning. Get out there and go get the money. If it's there, show me the money. If it's not
Absolutely.
there, don't do it. So let's talk to us a little bit about that video and why I consider you as real um, driver out there that talks it the way it is, like no bullshit, right? Call it the way
Yeah.
you see it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no harm in that. So go for it.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Sergio. Because I got a lot of videos, man. I make
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, right? So, but yeah, I think for me, I am street level, man. I'm still doing. January 2022, I started doing this full time, right? I started my first ride share February 2021, but so it's been about a year and a half full time, and I'm out here. I'm still doing 4.5 days a week right now,
Yeah.
making content. But like, so I get it. I've done ride share, I've done food delivery, I do 3 apps right now, and for me, I used to get really emotional or mad at the apps. Like, wow, why am I seeing $2? Why did I get a contract violation? They said I didn't deliver food, but I did. Why is this ride share? Why is Uber telling me I gotta accept more trips just to see full upfront information? Like, you get mad because it's ridiculous, right? But once maybe 6 months ago, I started thinking, you know what? I need to like just control what I can control and not get as worried about it because I have a plan, right? And I preach on my channel. And some don't like it, but it is what it is, right? Because it works
Yeah.
for me. You have to use these apps as a stepping stone to something else, and that's personal for everybody. Your stepping stone's different, your plans are different, how much you work's different, whether you're full time, you're part time. It's all a personal decision, right? Somebody might make $100 a day, and that's fantastic. Other people, they make $100, they're like, oh my god, it's the worst day ever, right? So it's all
Yeah.
personal, right? But for me, once I stopped caring quite as much, I've actually been able to focus on the real important things that I got going on that I really want to
Yeah.
do and still use the apps because I still think, they're a fantastic way to make money. For
Yeah.
some of us, it's full time. Depending on your market, it can be sustainable. For others, it could be part time to pay off debt, to pay off a bill, to do this, to do that, to pay off a trip, whatever it is. It's a personal choice, right? But for me, once I stopped caring as much, I still care,
Hmm.
but not as much, and figured, you know what, I got to control what I can control. It's kind of been a game changer for me and just my balance. And I'm still making good money now. Even if it's
Yeah.
slow, I can still make good money. You gotta go find what I say is you gotta find what people are willing to pay you to do in your market. And in
Yeah.
some markets, maybe for Sergio in his market, it's clearly rideshare. He can do great with rideshare. But in my market, it might not be that. It might be Instacart. It might be DoorDash one day, Uber one day. Follow the money, show me the money, whatever you want to say it. But you can control. I think we as drivers and independent contractors can control a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. So that video was kind of about that.
Yeah. So, one quick question. Oh, two questions. You said independent contractor, right? Do
Mhm.
you really believe we're independent contractors? One and two. You said go out, make $100 a day. We had this conversation previously, and a lot of drivers, right, go out with the dollar in mind. Like, I have a goal of $100, and the apps actually push that towards that goal anyway. Even on the Lyft app, you can set like your weekly goal, daily goal. Did you hit it? So a lot of drivers go out there without thinking of profitability, which I do only. That's the only
Mm.
thing I think about. I don't care about the passenger waiting in the cold or whatever. I'm trying to make the most amount in the least amount of time. I've said this a million times. I don't care if it's Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whatever it is. But most drivers go out with that dollar in mind, like $100, whatever it takes me, I have to make that to pay this bill, to do this. So first, do you really think we're true ICs, or we're being handled like ICs? And secondly, do you go out with dollar in mind, or do you just go out trying to make the most in the least amount of time?
Good question. I'll answer the second one first. I used to go out and say $200. That was my
Yep.
goal, right?
Okay.
Lately, it's changed because I'm not out as much. I don't give as much time per day to the gig apps as I used
Okay.
to. But before I could like, without even breaking a sweat, make $200 easy, right?
Yeah.
Not a problem. 6 to 7 hours of my market, $200, boom. And I used to give myself that monetary amount because what I also knew was, okay, to make that 200, I knew about how many hours, about how much
Mhm.
time I was going to give, but then my mileage, because my mileage equals my profitability, because that's an expense for gas, right? So I knew like, okay, if I want to make 200, I want to drive about 90 miles, maybe 100 miles. You know, it would vary. Some days I can do it and only drive 70 miles. So yeah, profitability is more important than the end game, because you could actually have a day where you're making 200, but if you're not as profitable and smart about it, it's actually better to maybe make 150 bucks in less time, less miles, because the numbers could be about the same as far as profitability.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.